Okay, that was the harmonical piano tune. I think so little, so little. We can do so much wrong with doing so little. The other day, they was talking about abusement at school. Let me see. Let, let me see that. It's too early in the morning. Things happen. Not for a reason. You see, this gathering, this mob, it's kind of gang mobbing. Well, well. Thing is working nothing here. What is the problem? Bullying. That was the word. You had to wait for maybe a minute for me to say, find out, bullying. This kind of bullying at school. But people are also bullying each other other places. And I think the children can take so much, and maybe they are not aware of bullying. They know it when it repeats itself. You know the bullying when the attacker is repeating the attack. It's kind of bad. It's a good sign. It's a convincing sign that if someone repeats an act, they are doing exactly that. And regarding bullying, it can be a first timer, and they are just kidding. And if they are going at you like physically, you may think that it is just for fun. And you have this naivety to bullying. But when you are grown up, you grow more sensitive to the bullying. I don't want to go into details. No, I'm just kidding. You see, your mind is fixed. That if someone does something wrong to you, at least as a grown-up, you wouldn't be tolerating that kind of activity or behavior or whatever it is. You are sensitive because you have so much experience behind that you know when it's bullying and you don't know well. So coming to bullying at school, I think there are more that meets the eye, and they write about it. They talk about it. but it seems to be a very complicated case. But also at some places, different from school, but I think school is just the infants. Maybe I talk more about it because, but I if you go, it's kind of this. If you go and irritate yourself over some person, and you don't have the impulse control, you don't have. It's kind of people I knew that I knew was going and irritating themselves over me, and when I observed that, it kind of they hold back. But why would I not go overboard and say, why are you so irritated? It's kind of it needs some contemplation, because people, when they break, it's their shame. I saw this Danish co-worker at some. I don't think he minded me saying. He kind of had this short temper, and I knew that kind of man, and he broke. Kind of, he couldn't hold it anymore. And he got so tempered with me. But I was trying. I was doing my best in order to... because he was... I should take over this machine after some weeks, I think. So I needed some learning in order to operate the same machine. And when he was there, he was kind of a coach to me, and tried to teach me how to use the machine in a proper way. And maybe I didn't pay that much. I don't remember the occasion why he was so irritated, but I saw that he tried to hide his irritation. But one day, he just broke and shouted and he was breaking out of this confinement, so to say. He tried to confine himself, not to show that he was irritated. But one time he couldn't do it, and that taught me a lesson. Because when people are breaking loose like that, I think they feel more ashamed than I should do. It was unpleasant. I would give you that. It was not so nice to be shouted at or making be the. I felt kind of bad for him, that he couldn't resist that kind of explosion. And I think regarding the school, I think it's more or less the same. Bullying is when you can't tolerate people, that they are different, that they are the way they are. In many cases, it's just envious, so they try to spoil everything of the person that they are envious of, and maybe that helps them. I don't know, but sometimes you feel good harming people. So, the kind of behavior of bullying, it can be a gang bullying. Let me Google that. Yeah, it's right. It's kind of gang bullying, and that is even more easy. That is easy peasy. Regarding gang bullying, it's kind of this. I wrote some place, and it is kind of that primitive. When you turn to the bullying, we call it mobbing, because it defines itself more or less at mob. It's a mob, mobbing, and the mob is against you, and they act against you, both physically and mentally. And I know this guy. When I'm there and he is not irritated, it's okay. But when he is irritated, he swears a lot. And I think that he kind of know that I am sensitive to this swearing. I told him once, can you please leave it? And I got this furious reaction. He kind of couldn't take it. So I thought that is maybe some spirits too, I don't know. That people are not aware of what is driving them crazy. Spirits. If you know the spirits, you will contain yourself. Not turn into that kind of reaction and revenge over something, because I think that the spirits, they know what is happening. But I'm not here to talk about spirits, because it's beyond my ability to talk about it in the first place, and I think that it's off the topic. To be honest, I think that people that talk always about God and spirits and such and such, they are off the topic. It's maybe it's, I will say to this, maybe it's that. But anyway, why I think it's off the topic is because we need to take responsibility of our own action. So I have this this friend that had a bad time at work, and experienced some irritation, some short, what do you call it when people are interrupting? They don't pay much attention, and they are irritated over your contribution. It's kind of, that is the thing. So that feels that since the person in hand was at that time very new at work, so it kind of exemplify that you are put to your silent box, isolation chamber, that you can't say anything here because I know it all, and we don't need this kind of contribution. But I think the sensitivity about such behavior can go a long way. So I recommended the friend that if you ask the person about this, if you experience something, it's within you. It's you that have this sensitivity, and maybe it's part of your personality also. So if you can ask, I recommend just coaching. I try to coach, and said, if you could ask the person that, do you experience that I overrun you in some way, Do you experience something I am irritated over with you, and so on? Ask the person that you experience those signals from. But is it me? Because we are in more or less mirroring each other. So even if you feel that you are innocent and you can't help that happening, and you didn't provoke it either. You say, I didn't provoke it, and that's maybe why people say he did it unprovoked. I didn't invite him or her to do such a thing against me. How do you know? That's the simple question. How would you know if you don't even ask? So that was my recommendation, to ask if there is something in this interaction that you can ask. Let's take a time out. I feel the need of it because it's something happening here that I wanted to ask you. Are you feeling that I'm behaving in a strange way? And ask different kind of questions. It's allowed, because in as much as they are talking about work specifics, they have to also find a way to be cooperating in a mutual and benefiting way. If you try to communicate and you just rush people, and you don't really ask if this is working for them, should be able to take a little time out, just maybe a minute. And there can be so many elements involved, like sickness, like the health issue, and the stress level that the person in hand. So it's benefiting. So I also told when it was in an infant work cooperation, I told him that maybe if you just say, can I bring a cup of coffee? Do you like coffee? Or say something, I got this idea. Out of the context, yes, say something very, do you like going on boat or ski or whatever the season? You have to be matched up to the season. Yes, be nice. And maybe tell about your shameful happening. It's you did something stupid, and people laughed, and I felt stupid. Why not that kind of story, that you become a mensch to everybody, that maybe take you for someone that is superior to them. I think if I feel more of a superiority to that people are more superior to me, I may also be the superior to them. It may be that is playing in. So I think that people are unconscious of their behavior, and sometimes they are not aware. Maybe that's when the spirit come in. I don't know. They don't have this mirroring aspect. They don't mirror themselves with others. It's just a lack of ability. I don't know. People may train themselves. I try to at least Someone told me that you don't even care about what other... Did I say that? No, you got me wrong. You see, I care very much on how I expose myself. I'm the most sensitive. But people may feel that since I have this attitude of speaking my mind, I speak my mind in many different occasions, even as if I'm infant to this place, I'm speaking my mind. I think it's not that people may take it very wrongly that I'm that besserwisser. Yeah, I may portray myself as a besserwisser. I know it all and nobody can come here and tell me anything. But I'm sensitive to that too. I know how that feels. And maybe I do it unconsciously because I have been exposed to besserwisser more or less all my life. That dictated me, that told me what to wear, what clothes I should wear, what words I should use, that my thoughts, my expression was wrong. Everything was wrong with me. So I don't know why people do that kind of bullying. But they can't help themselves for saying such bullshit. Because they are so busy within their own sensory sensitivity. I'm so busy with my sensitivity that I go overboard and I have to ask my girlfriend or whoever that concerned for forgiveness. Sorry, I didn't say it, and I feel so bad about it. You should know. I feel so bad, but it's a human thing. If you do something that you get so aggravated over, you can't hold your horses. No one is perfect, my friend, not even me. And many people can confirm this guy that is on YouTube video. he can't contain himself. He is so short-tempered. He is so wind up. But you see, in a co-worker situation, in a school, and also in a relationship, you build a trust, and that calms everything down. And trust, I will also add, not only trust is basics, and if you don't have the experience of trust, you can't trust anybody, because many people failed you, and that makes you so sensitive. I'm that case. I don't care whether you think of me like good or bad. I don't really care, because the honesty shall set you free. The truth shall set you free. And if you can be that confident about your insecurity, your sensitivity, trust is one element that is very basic in every kind of relationship. But also, if you build, as I said to this guy, I did that at my workplace. I was serving coffee to everybody, and I think that made the difference. That I could show some mensch quality, that I didn't talk about God that made me superior. That is a kind of bullying too. If you meet people with the word of God, that is a bullying, a religious bullying. If you say, are you saved? Are you for Jesus? Or whatever that is a religious bullying. If you can't be that mensch that people can trust, that people can interact with, I'm a Christian. I would say that as far as I know. I don't know. People call me Jew. I don't know. um, but but you see, if you can't talk about your bike, your scooter, and your problem with sleep and your daily life, if you can't talk about people with about your troubles, your joy, and everything that is so basic, elementary, you may lose people. You may lose them because they see you as some superior, some arrogant besserwisser. Nobody likes that. If you can't listen, if you can't really stop and ask, then you are not interested. Obviously, it shows that if people that doesn't really ask questions, they are not interested. I may be wrong, but it proves something. And preachers that are not asking, but they are only informing. As I said in my last group here, the Jewish say this and that, and a man said that I don't know that, but I said it was not a question. And I think people are so sensitive to people that are trying to tell them something that is not all about what they themselves can confirm. So they feel like an underdog. So I may make people feel underdogly if I can't be as a real mensch. So I have to in some way take responsibility to my behavior to other people, that they see me as I want them to see me, not as a perfect besserwisser, but as a mensch that is not superior to anyone. So that kind of quality that you can expose will make the sensitivity more in the background. It's not all about what you meet in the first hand, but it's also about how you interact. And if you can play ball, as they say, is a synonym for interacting in a good way. If you can play ball with some of your close friends or relatives, if you can't play ball with them, just keep away. Keep away. Don't be even sensitive to people that you can't play ball with, because it's kind of obvious that will not happen in a short time, maybe in the long run, because they are observing people that they may have a good benefit of interacting with. It's nice to know that people are sensitive. It makes them also mensch. So if it's so little that can tip this, and if you are the one that are the tipping point for them, say, is it me that, how do you experience me, or can I do something good for you? It's kind of that response that you would like to meet with them, that you can do with to them. Do unto others that that you want them to do to you. So that is my lecture today, a besserwisser lecture of bullying. Okay, my friends, go out and do not bully anymore.